Mama, you are pumped. You just discovered this thing called freelancing, and you believe that virtual assistant could be your calling. The thing that helps you make money for your family while taking care of your babies. There's just one little problem. You're not quite sure what a virtual assistant does, or at least not entirely sure what you will have to offer. By the end of this video, you'll have identified what skills you already have so that you can clearly communicate the services you'll offer in your new virtual assistance business. I might need to drink more coffee and come back later. So people at executive, administrative, what are they called? Can't talk today. Never counts it all. You might be one of those super amazing mystical creatures that is a Pinterest mom. I'm not a Pinterest mom. Yeah, I might have. Seriously, I've done more coffee. Lauren Golden here with a new episode of Free Mama TV, showing moms like you how to start and run a successful freelancing business from home. Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video of Free Mama TV right here every Tuesday. Now, before I tell you what a virtual assistant does, I want to make sure you understand why it's so awesome. As a virtual assistant, you're in charge of your own business, not an employee. Don't like a client? Walk away. Want to give yourself a raise? You go right ahead and raise those rates. Plus, you can work from anywhere. All you need is a computer and strong internet connection. Mama, if you're looking for real freedom, this may be your answer. The barrier for entry is non-existent, meaning you don't need a degree or certification to get started. You get to decide what services you offer and which ones you don't. You can even switch it up whenever you darn well please. So let's dive in. Have you ever heard the saying, you don't know what you don't know? Mama, let me tell you that when it comes to services you could offer as a virtual assistant, it's kind of like that. The world is your oyster. The possibilities are endless. In other words, if someone will pay you to do it, it's a service you can provide in your business. But for the purposes of this video, let's rein it in a little. I typically break virtual assistant skills out into 7 categories: administrative, organizational, email marketing, social media management, content writing, design, and websites. Now, this isn't a comprehensive list. It's just a way for my type A brain to wrap my head around it, and therefore teach it to you. But Lauren, what does administrative even mean? And what is content writing anyway? I'm so glad you asked. Let's break these down one at a time, shall we? Now, the first category of services that we are going to talk about is administrative. And the beautiful thing about administrative tasks is that if you logged onto a computer or watching this YouTube video at this exact moment, you are qualified to provide administrative tasks for someone. Not unlike being an administrative assistant or a secretary, providing administrative tasks as a virtual assistant can be as basic as checking or responding to emails for somebody, basic bookkeeping, perhaps emailing out or physically mailing out invoices to clients. Maybe it's sending thank you notes on behalf of somebody, creating basic reports, either PDFs or in an Excel, data entry, or possibly even basic editing for videos like the one you're watching right now, or maybe even podcasts, can all fall under the administrative category. Next up, organizational type tasks. Now, wherever all my type A sisters are hanging out, this one could be for you. If you like to organize, if you like to color code, if you like your email inbox to have 0 notifications on it, you are probably qualified to start offering organizational type services immediately. There are business owners out there who really need help with this because it's just not the way that their brain operates. So it might be organizing folders on their desktop, or going in and helping them organize their email, a Dropbox account, or possibly a Google Drive account. Maybe they even need to be set up on those things because they have no system in place for organizing all of their electronic documents. This could also include calendar management. So people who have a bunch of different appointments coming in, coming out, maybe they need you to book reservations at a restaurant, whatever the case may be, they are not organized and they need you to keep their calendar up to date so that they know where the heck they're supposed to be and when. One of the things that I want to say about the first 2 categories of administrative and organizational type services that you might provide as a virtual assistant is that these would be considered under the general VA services umbrella. The next several that we are going to talk about are going to be considered specialties. Now, I want to explain the difference because it's really important depending on what your financial goals are for your new freelancing business. You are going to be able to charge more for specialized type services. The reason? These tend to be things that a business owner or an entrepreneur possibly don't know how to do. It is not in their zone of genius. It is not something that they understand. And so it's something that they don't know how to do. On the other hand, the first two categories that we already discussed, those tend to be considered more general type VA services because you are helping a business owner save time. Now, this is not to be downplayed. It is actually the first thing that most business owners will outsource will be this general category because they need to get more time to focus on growing their business. Until they make that extra money, they're typically not going to hire someone in a specialized area. However, because you're only helping them with something they don't have time to do, not something they don't know how to do, you're not going to be able to charge more. Most general VAs can expect to charge somewhere between $15 and $30 an hour for those general VA tasks. Specialists, however, can expect to charge anywhere from $25 to $100+ an hour at that hourly rate. Next up, email marketing. Now, you might be sitting there going, I don't exactly know what email marketing is, but here's the deal. If you have an email address, I guarantee you that you have at least been on the receiving end of email marketing. As a virtual assistant, different things that you could offer in the realm of email marketing would be managing subscribers. So we call those email lists. Those are people who are actively subscribed to receive emails from a business. So whether it's Pottery Barn, Banana Republic, Target, whoever's contacting you and clogging up your inbox, just be aware you are a subscriber to their account, which also means you have the ability to unsubscribe. And there's got to be someone on the back end of all of that automation through the software who is helping manage everything. It might also be editing or creating email campaign. Now, if you're sitting there going, I'm not a writer, don't worry. A lot of entrepreneurs have a content writer perhaps, but it doesn't mean that they have the time to then go into the software, copy and paste the email, put it in the email campaign and get everything set up to go, which means they hire someone like you to do it. Other things you could do in the realm of email marketing would be setting up autoresponders. Next up, social media management. Now, this is where I actually got started as a freelancer myself. It was something that I was already doing at my 9-to-5. I was completely self-taught and took advantage of a lot of free resources ready available on the internet, including YouTube. And I was able to take those skills that I was applying at my job and assist other business owners. Now, what I want you to know about social media management is that it can be as simple or as complex as you decide to make it. But just remember, the more you can specialize in something, the more you will eventually be able to charge for these services and thus crush your financial goals. So remember, this could be as simple as just managing a business's comments on their posts or possibly their private messages, their inbox on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. It could just mean scheduling already written posts. Again, if you're sitting there going, I'm not a writer, I don't know how to create this kind of content, maybe you don't have to. Maybe it's just a matter of going in and scheduling it and then again, managing everything on the back end for them. On the flip side, however, this could be as complex as recommending a complete marketing strategy, writing the content, and designing the images. And you know what? There is a need for both. Next up, content writing. If you like to write, you'd be shocked at how many opportunities there are for you in the freelancing world. Think about it. There's blog posts, there's emails, there's newsletters, there's press releases, research papers. Shoot, you can ghostwrite an entire book. Truly, the opportunities are endless. So if you are somebody who is passionate about writing for yourself, it might be time to start monetizing this hobby of yours. The next category of services that you can offer as a virtual assistant is design. Much like social media management, this one runs a wide range of needs and abilities. Now, if you're a highly trained graphic designer, Amazing. If you have a free version of Canva, also amazing. People need design work for everything from just a simple Pinterest graphic to entire ebooks or web pages or social media banners or actual event banners. If you have a creative eye, I really encourage you to look into the possibilities of turning it into a profitable business. Last but not least, websites. Now, this is for all you tech wizards and or want to be tech wizards. I have very little professional training in this area, and even I know enough to be dangerous, which means that you can learn it too. You could build landing pages for websites. You can manage SEO, that's search engine optimization for my newbies, and more. It's the 21st century, which means pretty much every business needs a website. So if theirs is not up to par, they need you to help them get there. I want to know which categories are most in alignment with your current skill set. Maybe things you're already doing at work or you know that you would enjoy doing. Tell me in the comments below. Now we've broken down the 7 different categories that your services could fall into as a virtual assistant. But what do you do if you still don't have clarity on the services that you could offer? I have 3 tips for you. Tip number 1, write down everything you do in a day. Now, I typically hear this most from my stay-at-home mamas. You've been out of work for a while and you just don't understand how your current skills could possibly correlate. Or maybe you're one of the many moms that has sent me an email saying, I'm just a nurse, or I'm just a teacher. Listen, mama, you're not just anything except fabulous. What I want you to do is write down everything you do in a day so that you can begin to connect the dots. I promise you, whether you stay home or you've been in the same career for 20 years, everything you do is transferable. If you're great with people, fabulous. That's customer service. If you are planning for a family of 5 and doing meal plans and doctor's appointments, girl, organization is your thing. So start taking notes so that you can start to see the activities that perhaps you can build upon and turn into services for your freelancing business. Tip number 2, ask the people closest to you. Now, maybe you had a piece of humble pie for breakfast this morning, and that's cool, but it's important that you start to see how amazing you truly are. And in case you've forgotten, I want the people in your life to go ahead and remind you. So ask your colleagues or your neighbor or your spouse or your mom, people who truly believe in you and see you for how wonderful you are, and ask them, if I could teach you how to do anything, what would it be? Or what do you think my strengths are? What do you think I'm really good at? Listen to them. If there are any commonalities, those are the ones that you should definitely pursue. Tip number 3, I want you to ask yourself, what do I really enjoy doing? Maybe every day at work, you're constantly looking over your colleagues' shoulders and editing things for them before they turn them in because you really like that attention to detail. Or perhaps you are the kind of mom who has the most elaborate, crazy, beautiful birthday parties with printables and cutouts and decorations because you love creating beautiful things. Well, I would suggest looking at design, right? And if you're the first mom, maybe you need to be doing some content writing or at least editing, proofreading. Or perhaps you are somebody who has such a big heart that you're constantly helping business owners anyway manage their bookkeeping. I've actually worked with a mom who was doing bookkeeping services for free for her friends because she didn't even know that it was something that people would pay her to do. And she was sitting on top of a business because she was already doing something that she really enjoyed doing. She didn't even know it. Remember, you don't know what you don't know. Now here's your pro tip. Fake it till you make it. If you had the tech skills to get online and search a phrase that led you to this video, or maybe you opened up an email and clicked on a link that brought you here, you've got what it takes to get started as a virtual assistant. I can almost guarantee that your services will evolve. So waiting until you can perfect your offerings or take one more course on XYZ topic, it's only delaying how soon you'll be making money from home, mama. So start with what you know, and I promise you'll grow from there. And now you know what services you can offer as a virtual assistant. Remember, you're the boss. You don't have to know how to do everything. No one does, not even Beyonce. So stick with what you know and enjoy. And don't be afraid to tell a client no or to learn something new if it interests you. If you're visual like me and you want to see all of the services we discussed today written out, be sure to download my 70 skills checklist. And if you want even more information about becoming a virtual assistant, be sure to check out my free training. I'll be breaking down the right way and the wrong way to make money from home in this 90-minute video. You can find both links in the comments below. Also, if you want to join a community of mamas just like you, I have a Facebook group where thousands of mamas come together for support and action-taking tips and motivation. And if you liked this video, please let me know by liking it below, subscribe, and share it with your fellow mamas. And comment below with hashtag #IamAFreeMama if this video helped you.